Holding on away, and I feel like I am someone else. Away, and I feel like I don't know myself. No. Away, and I feel like I don't know my name. And I don't want to live this way. I don't want to keep on wasting life. I'm drowning in my head, I'm
Hey, welcome back. Welcome everyone. The two of you who are watching right now. I'm just thrilled. Let me just shut this down. We have a ton of things. What's going on? What's going on? The problem is my phone is busy recording this. My tablet for some reason cannot log into any other what is that Instagram account, and my computer cannot post stories, and I can't send 1000 of my friends in Instagram that I'm streaming. So apparently I'm lacking a lot of audience. Why? Landlord, hey, landlord, big W, poggies, why? Okay, so is there any way to post stories from your computer in Instagram? So we would find it out first. And how would we do that? We would go how to post stories from PC. Okay. We would see how we do it, because let's learn together. Well,
Instagram hasn't yet added the option
boomers, I have to finally talk to a boomer why about tech.
to upload stories from the and go to instagram.com. If you haven't already, sign into the account pop-up menu, select Inspect.
Okay. Inspect.
Now click the mobile device icon at the top of the inspector menu. Click Dimensions.
Crazy, bhai. Easy. Was that easy, bhai? That easy. It is crazy, bhai. Anyways, we have a lot of things planned for today. A lot of things. Poggies, bhai. Poggies, landlord Satan. We have a ton of things planned. So before that, let me just go back to showing you the entirety of my face. Unfortunately, you have to see my face for now. And meanwhile, where I post, okay, shit. I want to switch my account. Yeah, give me a sec. Give me a sec. I'm so sorry, man. We have a lot of things planned for today. We would be first solving the wordle of the day. Then we would be talking about a new movie that has crossed $2 billion and is as big as Infinity War and Endgame. But nobody talks about it. We would talk about a movie that is released in China. China, is China talking about that? I don't know. That probably is a very bad impression. And we are going to watch some news, and then we are going to learn some things on YouTube as usual. Kaka super chat when I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to do super chats also. Like where is? Achha, wait, let me go to inspect. Yeah. I don't know how to like enable super chats. I think there is a technical parameter that I have to cross to be in a, you know, just wow. Wait, wow, wow, that is impressive. Like, that is genuinely impressive. I can post stories from my computer without even downloading anything, without even doing anything. That is so easy. Let's do college. Wait. I have to post. We'll do Roblox. I know Roblox is something. So we have to paste what we have written. Uh, okay. Why can't I paste? Oh, I can paste. Plain text paste. Shit, why? This posting stories are so difficult. Let me show you. Let me show you. Wait. This is so useless of a stream if I can't show you what I'm doing. I have done this, and then I have to write something here. So, oh shit, that is horrible. I have to probably, yeah. So I can't. Why can't I paste stuff here? I have to paste what I have shared in my What is this called? This LC sign Tony. What is LC sign Tony? Why? I don't know what you're talking about. Is there something? Is so useless. Why? This is genuinely useless. It is annoying me. Oh, give me a sec. Why? Chat. Give me a. Did you check the video of Trackmania? Yeah, I did. I did. It's in the. It's in YouTube. You would find it. You have like joined in and chimed in after a long time. Bye. Nice to meet. Like finally, oh shit, bhai, this is too much of a work. I have to post my I am live on what is that called, Instagram, and for some reason I cannot, and it's bothering me. It is really bothering me. I have to use my phone for that. I have to take the camera again. This is so difficult. This is so annoying. Anyways, let's just ignore that. We would do we would do a ton of things today. So let's just start off with Wordle, as usual. I am currently on a 10-day streak in Wordle, and we would. I don't want to hint. Hotel. Oh, okay. Uh, Lover. Um, Lo Lopez. No, not Lopez. Lo. Oh no, the E won't be there. Okay, L-O-E. No, L-O-O-K-E. Hmm. Shout out to the Gaga. Shout out to Toy. Um, he joined the chats after like a decade or so, so he had to make sure I saw him loosed. Okay. Oh no. Uh, that is such Lord. Oh, I think it's Lodge. I think it's Lodge. Boom! That is so polished. That is so polished. That was good. That was amazing. We would head to the next game. We'll do the mini. We would. Kaka, talk about Daredevil. Kaka, we would talk about Daredevil. Yes, we can. Good one. GG. I don't know. Pronoun pair. Pronoun pair. Okay. In the midst of. Wow. Las Grand Vegas Casino. I guess it will be Las. Calculator key. Plus. No. Not saying a word. Mewing. Oh, not saying a word. Mew. Not saying a sound. Sizzling steak. No, no, no. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. Good one. Uh, cool. Hey guys, play the recap of DD. My lazy. I won't stop. Watch it. Omo. Hey, it would get copyrighted. Why I can't watch that. We can talk about it. Sound of sizzling steak. Uh, this is so hard. Why is it so hard? Wait, 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 wait. What is this? Pronoun pair. L দিয়ে শেষ হচ্ছে. If in the midst of so. What are your thoughts on second season of Punisher? I forgot, brother. I watched it a long time ago, and I really forgot. Like I forgot what the second season was about. I remember the first season that I one shot, two shot, penny and dime. That was nice. But I am not sure, bhai, if I have. What was Daredevil? Oh, wait. They're not Daredevil. What is that called? What is this? Um, they apparently they are making a new. Um, Apparently they are making a new. What is that called? Daredevil show. That's not Daredevil show. Punisher Disney Plus special, like 50-minute special. So I will. So yeah, it's good. In the midst of Among Among Us. Mm, not saying a word. Mom. So what is happening, Chet? The second season was as compared to the first one. Rewatched it a few weeks ago. Of course, you would. You are a person who would talk, Marvel is so shit, and you would hide behind the back and watch entirety of MCU shit. You just gobble up Marvel content. Like I saw you watching Black Widow, and God knows like what else, like Secret Invasion and shit. Yes, it dropped after 4 episodes. They would be making a good one. They would be making a new one, apparently. So I don't think that it would be an issue. They would make something nice. I have pretty. Oh, minus. Makes sense. Ooh, oh. Boom. Exclamation accompanied by nervous gloves. Message. She's dropped. अरे Daredevil बोलची not DD. I am not talking about DD also. DD we can show on YouTube, but we can't show Daredevil because it is a Disney content. Disney would put my video down. आगे दिन ही होलो. Last day I was watching a video from Saturday Night Live, and it was a clip of Elon Musk playing Waluigi. Not even like it was just a minute long of the 2 hour content, and they copy striked it and put the video down. I had to clip that particular section of the video and re-upload it, and then they checked it again. It was a hassle. My entire like that is the worst performing video, but I don't think that was the worst video I put out because of the dip. They really butcher the content. They are shit like that, man. That was 3 years ago. You sold me Marvel like you got paid for it. Yeah. Oh, I liked Marvel, bhai, but now I don't. What can we do? This is, I think, memos. Memos. This would be memos among. I think it would be shush. Tale union. And I think union avega. Pronoun pair. Oh, he, him. Okay, wow, wow. Okay, me, him. So, oh, uhu, so, uhosh, so. Good one. Oh, good one. Ha, ha. Good one. Uh, Haum, horam. What? No, okay. I don't know. Uh, okay, close. There's why 4 people are watching. Why? This is nice. Let's see the answer. Why? I don't know what will be it. Mini crossword today solves. Yep. Yeah. Type ha. What is type ha? What do you mean by type ha, landlord Satan? It would be a house. I don't know what that means. UHOHS. UHOHS. That is bad. 6 minutes is too much, right? And what is uhos and what is sasasa? Sound of sizzling steak. This is so bad, right? This was a bad mini crossword. I did not like it. Took a lot of time. Leaderboards, spelling bee. Let's play spelling bee. Hohum. What is hohum, man? Type H. Oh, acha, you asked me to type H. Acha. I think clear. That's not a word. Clear. Oh, A. Uh, oof. Crook. What? Okay, cool. We have to, the game is basically you have to make the words with the available letters around us, and you have to use C. C is mandatory. So, what is this? Time is slipping away. Zomato. Liar. Yeah. What? Oh yeah. No. Liar is not. They doesn't have a C. It must have a C. Um. Man, I do it riff. Cliff. Cliff is a word. Uh, like CC. Flicker. Oh no, that was different. Flick, Cool. Okay. Carol. Yeah, Carol. Carol. Carol, not Carol. Uh, Carol. Uh, let's look at a different angle. That might help. Uh, uh, card won't work. It's a small word. It must be four letter at least. Coffee. Ah man. Oh, CLOCK. Oh no, K ही तो नहीं. Clog. Clog. No, clor. Rockefeller. Man, man, they made it in such a way that it should be bad. Five people are watching. Five people are watching this. Why? Why? I'm literally. This is the. I'm just starting. I'm just feeling the air today. It's just nothing special yet. You can join and let a floor, but it does not have a C, brother. C. It does not have a C. We have to. Oh, okay. Give me a second. Okay. I need a biscuit over there. I need biscuits. Ma, biscuit दो ना. वही यही है. बंदूक ना बात. Spoon tree of can in this. Watch me, brother. Watch me. Watch me with the spoon tree of. Okay. Hi guys. I don't know. This shit is hard, man. Is it though? Think about it. It's not that hard. No wonder. Rolik. What is Rolik? I don't know, man. Rolik? Official. Office হবে না. I have to dip. And eating food after a long time feels very nice. Coral. Man, four people are watching still. What are you doing, man? Huh? Then this might be it. Man. Oh. Oh, cliff हो गया ना. अरे bro, how would I Google it? And my phone is here. My phone is streaming right now. I went to grab a biscuit. Haters. Haters. Pure haters, man. Sifar is not a word. Yeah, we did it. I googled up so many words. How would I? How can I, bhai? Man, you guys. What is this? What is this game? This game is New York Times every day. They like publish you know new Like they publish, like newspapers used to have crosswords and like Scrabble or something like that. So this is similar to it. It is similar to it. They continued this but online. So the first game every day I played was Wordle, and then I got like into the different like I got into like different things in it. Yeah, bro's vocabulary skills. Yes, I was stuttering to frame words right now. Connections. Let's play connections, and then we'll play strands, and we'll be over by this. Okay, we have tissue, the ring, Bigfoot, thermometer, horn, phone, organs. I'm still cracking by. How can someone say this? I think this was ironic. So there are four words, like let's say Instagram, horn, cell, and belt. These four words are interrelated to each other. So you have to guess what four words are interrelated to each other, and then you have to solve it. So you will get it. You once you do it, you will get it. Like tissue, ring, Bigfoot, wheel, thermometer, horn, phone, organ, cell, Instagram, bell, dial. Okay, dial, call, ring. Um, cell होता बड़ा phone होता बड़ा. This is the problem. Phone can be also one thing. Cell can be also cell phone. Let's do phone. We'll do cell otherwise. There are four times you can make mistakes. So contact via telephone. See. What else can we? Okay, so mirror, wheel, horn, belt. Is belt in a car? Can we have belt in a car? I think. Let's see this. Someone said tissue, organ, cell, atom. Yeah, tissue, organ, cell, atom. Yeah, see, this was easy. What are these? What are the last ones? This is difficult. Ending with unit measures. Bhai, this ending with unit measures. Let's see that again. Foot, pound, gram, meter. This is crazy, right? Psychotic. And the last game is will be strands. And this is a bit weird. I know how strands is. So you have to find out words here, and you will get hints. Every three words you get will be one hint, and there will be a theme that will. Instagram is not a unit. The suffix is the unit. Gram, meter, from thermometer, meter, from Bigfoot, foot, from Instagram, gram. Gen Z is going insane. It's not Gen Z, right? It's us. We are going. Ash, I got one by mistake. I was just randomly looking out for words and I saw that and I was like, yeah, this might be it. Um, cried. Let's see, cried. That's a word that would give us hint. Living large, something with living large. Foot. So Bigfoot, maybe. What else is this? I think sugar. That's another word. Just a random word. Guess. Okay, guess can't be done. Vice. We can use a hint, but okay, let's use it. Ribbed. Oh, bird. Big bird. Bigfoot. Okay, so every the like big dash, big this. So a big stuff. I think that is the spangram. That is the theme. Shit. I did the spangram so quickly. And I think this is cheese. This gotta be cheese. Big cheese. What is big cheese? I don't know what big cheese is. What is this? This is a word, and there are two words here probably. Big red span, span red. Red, red span, red naps. I don't know. What is cereal? Big cereal. Where is cereal? Cereal. What cereal? What is cereal? Where did you? Oh, acha, like words. I'll try not to use many hints. Big penguins. I don't. This is getting difficult now. This is getting difficult. What can we eat? Wait. Give me a sec. Uh, oh, sorry. I was mute. Okay. Big pig. 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 It probably will be a big one. Big one. Big one. Big break. BREA. Shit. Big break. Uh, Big picture. Okay, shit. Okay. I think this is this is a seagull. No, not seagull. Shit. What is this then? Cheese हो गया. This is cheese, big bird, big foot, big break, big picture. Big E से शुरू हो सकता है. S से why am I speaking in Hindi? Lol, you're good. अरे ना भाई. I'm not getting it. What can be the starting point? Mm. Oh. Big league, big leagues, big league, big league. Yeah. I was able to answer it before you did. Yeah, man, this is going good. This is going good. Also, let me see my WhatsApp for a second. Nope. No, back to the chat. Yes. Big. Oh. Big spender. That was good, right? And the next puzzle is after, like, like tomorrow. So 28th, 12 at night. Big spender. Yes, it is big spender, guys. That was good. We did it together. Yeah, let's go. Now, let's see the news. Let's check some news real quick before we dive into the topics. Uddhav Sena cosplaying up. I don't know. I don't know what this is. Is Uddhav Sena cosplaying up as Bill? No, Pune rape case. You know what? Do you ever want Bill Gates to shut up? Ask US Senator Musk. What the? Lol, we did it before, but the stream latency. Yeah. Oh, huh, that makes so much sense. Yes. Of course, why? 30-second latency. You are coming up like, yeah. That makes so much sense. But yeah, we did it together. Why? Cosplaying. It's from Comic Con, man. This how Nvidia wiped. Oh, shit, we know this stuff. Okay. Five habits. They're just milking Elon Musk for content, man. They're just milking Elon Musk for content, and Elon Musk is milking it for attention. What is this? Kolkata Corporation withdraws 2-day school holiday on Eid after BJP. What? Comic Con and Horror Film Festival mega pop events make Kolkata debut. Okay, that's good news. We saw just a few days ago that we are getting like Comic Con and stuff. And if you have not seen, last day we had a guy who went to the Comic Con and he experienced Comic Con. He was telling the stories and how it was there, and he bought a lot of stuff. He was showing the stuff. It was a really cool chat with Aurindam. and I hope you go and watch it and show some love. What classic Kolkata, yeah, man. What else? Elon Musk two-word reply. Arey, shut up. Geo Hotstar users have a new request. That is interesting. What is the new request Hotstar users have? Users have requested platform to big general surprise. This is so random. We will watch news from a tech, like a Twitter chat page. I avidly cover from, and they give good news. So we get facts from here. India's consuming class comprises roughly 140 million people, but about 1 billion people do not have the kind of income to be able to spend on anything. This is what I'm talking about. See, this is what the real India is. India is not the lifestyle you are living in. This is the India's lifestyle, man. Like, that is, we know India has a 1.32 billion population. So apparently only 140 million, like only 14 crore people from 150 crore are living this life that we are living. This is scary. This is, and we are complaining we are not getting stuff. Think about the people who are in this rest of the population. They don't get anything. The average income the poverty gap is growing so much. It is bigger than what it was before independence. This is scary, man. This is genuinely scary. Let's see what's the Goa became the first state in the country to issue a QR code to tourists traveling with vehicles. I don't know if this was due to the update of Disney Plus Hotstar. I just find the history on TV. I guess can't find the history on TV. History means continue watching by you mean. Yeah, this is not interesting topic. Karnataka government has increased the cap on the floor area ratio or the okay. Madhya Pradesh Goa investors. What the heck? What I don't know. I prefer 9 hour a day and 5 day a week work at Ghanta, and that is against sending emails to employee on weekend. CEO of Capgemini India. Good for Capgemini, man. Common Capgemini W. Which the government would focus on improving the quality of life than rather random bullshit, man. Yeah, holy shit, that was loud. Yes, that was loud, but yeah, I understand what you're coming from, man. But everyone's life is different. Everyone's needs are different. Uh, the poor are asking for food. The rich are asking for company acquisitions in the helm, and this is so wrong, man. We are going wrong somewhere. Yes, Capgemini, the savior. Infosys has left many employees disappointed with pay hike. Okay. Proposed high tariffs in Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport would lead to okay, prices will increase. Punjab has made it mandatory to teach Punjabi. Okay, Mumbai residents might have to pay a user fee on solid waste management, a garbage tax. They are taking tax for our garbage to fund the massive process of collecting, transporting, and processing the city's trash. BMC will introduce garbage tax soon. You know what? This is genuinely a garbage tax. You know what people would do? People will just start throwing their shit outside their home randomly on the street so that they don't have to pay their taxes. That is what it's going to do. This would do more kachra. I think so. People's approach will not be paying for a service, but but rather throwing the shit outside their home or outside the other apartments building or whatever. This will, and very few people would be able to pay. So I will take any excuse, man. Yeah, but at the same time, they increase the salary cap. So like 12 lakh. That is okay. That is okay. They did something. They have to take something. They would have to take money to run the country at the end of the day. The middle class is the only one who can pay, along with the rich people, and that is only 14 crore people. And we have to run like a 150 million people country, and out of them only 140 million can even afford food. Let's say 14 million can only afford food. So you have to run, take money to run this. This is complicated. Like it is not as simple and straight as it seems. I don't think yes, it can be improved. Of course, I'm not saying that government is trying their best and they are getting doing good things. They are doing horrific things everywhere, every country, and things can improve. But yeah, things should improve. I mean, why did I say a but? Everywhere, everywhere. We talked about Germany elections. We talked about France elections. Everywhere there is this issue going on. Tea is so satisfying. Value of 10 grams of gold in India. Yeah, man, 780 rupees. It costs 88,000 now. It costed 80 rupees. अरे आम्ही 20 টাকা extra দিয়ে দিতাম. I would have given you 20 rupees extra. Give me at that price, man. Give me gold for 80 rupees. I will give you 20 rupees extra. That is 20% surplus. Like, no, 20 by 80. Ooh, that is 1 by 4. 25%. I am giving you 25% commission on a sale of a gram gold. Sell me your gold at 80 rupees. I'll give you 100 rupees. Give it to me. Where are you? Stop staying at your home. Take the gold out from your lockers and sell it to me right now at 80 rupees. I am giving you 25% more than what is offered at 1955. Think about it, man. Shit. People need to realize that it they have the privilege of having a flat or a house. They don't belong in the middle class of India. No, actually, this is not the middle class of India. Let me show you a graph. This is so right. This is such an accurate description. India salary populace. I don't know. I forgot what to search for. I just pushed a bunch of keywords. What is this? No. There was a progress pyramid. Let me. I won't be able to get it, but I am telling over the progress pyramid. 70% of the people in India earns less than 1 lakh a year. 50% of the Indian population earns less than 50,000 a year. A year. People buy 50,000 rupees watches and they will be complaining about taxes. That is the livelihood of 50% of our country. Double it, it's just 70%. A lakh rupees a year. Then after that, the middle class starts. After 70%, the middle class starts. I don't know what kind of a Venn diagram this is. Middle class should be the 50% margin. That has shifted to probably 80% now. The middle class is 80%, and the rest of the people are uh, earning less than ever. This is scary. The top 10, top 1% is earning like billions and billions of dollars, not even rupees, dollars. Then eventually the price discrepancies increase and it gets harder for an individual to climb up the pyramid. It's difficult. It's not a linear rise of money that one task and it's equal to one job. No, the graph would be something like a very stagnant curve. The more high you get, the next step is a lot more difficult to achieve, making it very difficult for every single one to grow up. This is very, very, very wrong. This is not how a graph of a country should be in terms of income parity. It should be a linear line. It should be actually a flat line, ideally. Yeah, if your family, no, you're wrong. If your family has an annual income of over 10 lakhs, you belong to the top 2% of the nation, not top 5%. Just see. Let's say how rich I am. Let's just put random numbers, and there are like, let's see how rich I am. Okay, so let's say you are from India and you are telling me your yearly household income post tax is, let's say, 6 lakh rupees. You earn 6 lakh rupees, 60,000, 6 lakh rupees. You have 3 adults in your family. How rich are you? You are richer than 80% of the Indian population. If you have only 6 lakh rupee and you're feeding 3 people a year, let's make it 10 lakh. Immediately, you are top 15% of the population. Not, I'm sorry, you are not 5%. We all are wrong. No, and we both are wrong. Let's put the next step, 20 lakh rupee. And you are top 5% of the country. Let's put 25 lakh. It's getting difficult. You're only 3%. So 5 lakh increase. The 5 lakh that can make you from 0 to 50% rich can only make you 0.2% rich when you are growing at that scale. So how about if I have a crore rupee a year? 1% only people are richer than me. Your income is 45. Okay. This is sad. This is so sad. The price of homes in urban cities, only 1% of the population can actually have it. No, let's talk about EMIs. Let's talk about things. Okay, let's if the home costs you to, 1 crore rupee, your salary should be, I think, 10 lakh rupee a year. Then I think you would be, no, I don't think with 10 lakh rupee I would be able to earn a crore rupee home. Let's put 20 lakh rupee. If I earn 20 lakh rupee, then I would have the audacity to take the gamble of getting a loan. Because if the loan fails, I would crumble in debt and I would be the bottom percentage. So this is a risk that I have to take. So it should be calculated. If I am buying a 1 crore rupee home, I think I should have 20 lakh rupee a year per earning. Only 5% people can do that. How in a country? In our country, if you want to live in a urban city, you have to be 5% population. This is genuinely horrific. This is a nightmare we live in. And if you are not living in a city, if you're living even 50 kilometers away from a city, entire privilege of internet, electricity, water services, infrastructure of roads, every basic amenity you think you should have does not exist. 50 kilometers away from a city. Bet there won't be even good roads. How unfortunate this is. Anyways, I went to a big rant. Big rant. Bhai. Let's talk about capitalism again. Valor stream korbo bujhle call korechilam. I don't play Valorant. I don't like to play Valorant. I really don't understand the game. I am a really good Counter Strike player. I used to play really well, but now I don't play it because it makes me very angry, and I think I'm wasting my time when I'm playing it. I can do something else. I can watch a YouTube video. I'll learn something new, but I won't play a game that has repetitively same things. I would definitely play a game. We will play Valorant one map. I understood the map. It felt nice. That's it. I don't really gain something. I can play a story-based game. I would prefer any story-based game over a repetitive PUBG battle royale 5v5 competitive. I don't like it. Just we can play sometimes. Sometimes I feel like playing, so we can play. And but it is barely once in a year. So don't expect me playing. We can play other games. We can play Minecraft and stuff. So let's talk about the different section. We would be talking about box office mojo. So you are all familiar with movies, right? You all love movies. I think you do. 8 people are watching, and 8 people, 8 of 8. I think everyone has their favorite movie. And like it or not, there is a industry called Hollywood who makes these movies. Also, other industries also have that, but they have been the forefront for centuries. Whenever we talk cinema, we talk Hollywood. That was the gold standard. And when it comes to money, they outshine there as well. It was their home ground. And they have put out amazing movies: Avatar, Avengers Endgame, After Way of Water, Titanic, Star Wars 7, Avengers Infinity War. These 7 movies have earned over $2 billion. $2 billion. That is ultra infinite amount of money just from selling tickets. These are the 7 biggest movies, and never ever was there any movie from any industry that has been or ever had the audacity to cross this $1 billion mark. Where is the $1 billion mark? Where is the sweet 1 billion? Let's say not even $1 billion. See, uh, this is just foreign domestic, or this is worldwide crossing. Yeah. So see, no movie in this entire list will be non-Bollywood, non-English, non-Hollywood. Sorry. Even there are movies beneath it, and there are no movies from any other country other than United States of America. You see, I am going around 150 now, and we are not yet passing our eyes through a non-Hollywood movie. Where I think this is the first movie, Full River Red. I think this is not a, yeah, this is a Chinese movie. See, the first movie that came across my eyes is the 159th movie. So no industry has ever broken Hollywood until today. Until today, there is a Chinese movie, animated movie called Ne Ja 2 that has crossed over $2 billion, making it the 6th biggest movie ever made. No one is talking about Ne Ja 2. People are sleeping on it. But this is the highest grossing movie ever made from a non-Hollywood story. $1.9 billion till now. And today it crossed the 2 billion mark. They have not updated it, but today they crossed the 2 billion mark, making it in the top 8 positions of the movies that have ever came out. A movie that is purely based in China, dubbed in China. There is no other language, no international audience, nothing. And it crossed this. The expectations surpassed. The first movie earned like around 600 million, and this movie crossed this. And this is amazing, man. China is just breaking every way. They are just entering every market USA has. And USA has currently people at the helm who are not very good at managing the country. And people are loving this story. It is a very simple story. I think it's a kids movie. And this surpassed the biggest movie ever, Inside Out 2, in animation. So that's a very interesting thing I wanted to share. Okay, what else, bhai? How many chats? But oh wow, suddenly like a dip. I saw 8 people like 5 minutes ago. Now it's only one. Wow, why? That is so okay. Everyone went to check Neja too, I guess. Um, agreed so hard. Playing RPG games is so better. Any RPG game, any story-based games. I love PlayStation games. They are very story-driven. Like Uncharted ho gaya, God of War ho gaya, Spider-Man movies, games. What else is there? Like Last of Us. Then it Takes Two is not theirs, but it's amazing. It is really good. Did people leave the stream because I said I don't want to play Valorant? I thought it was not a hot take, and people quit it. I don't know, bro. Any Bollywood movie under 500? There probably must be a Bollywood movie under 500. I think Dangal is the big Bollywood. Let's do a Bollywood movie gross. Not do, let's not do Bollywood because um, the southern like the Bahubalis and RRRs are not Bollywood. They are from Tollywood, so that won't be counted. India highest grossing movies list. That is so nice. I really like when I type really fast. It makes me feel so good. And I'm doing some very important shit. Yeah, yes. As I said, Dangal grossed 2,200 crores, and let's just convert it. 2200 crores INR in USD in millions, probably in millions. $25? No, no, no. Let's do something else. Money converter, yeah. 2200 crore. So 123, 1234. That's a lot of Indian currency. That's just, where is the money? Where is it? Where is the change? Where is the? This is annoying. Man, I hate Microsoft Bing. I hate Microsoft Bing. Bing is so stupid. I'm trying to use Bing. It still does not work. It is so stupid. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is this amount of okay, yeah, 251 million. Only 251 million. Only 250. So basically, it's as big as Captain America 4. Our best movie did as bad as the worst movie of Marvel Cinematic Universe. Like worst performing movie. Captain America Brave New World is no way the worst movie ever made. I think it's still Incredible Hulk. Um, um, but shit, that's so less. This is not even this is not even one Shrek movie. This is so bad. This is like I know flops which have earned more. So top 200 movies, Iron Man, and still did not make the cut. The next 200 page. Let's see where is Dangal in the list. See, it's getting more difficult. We are down to 400, 300. It's not even top 1000, I guess. Let's see. Let's search. Let's just no, not even top 800. Is Dangal our best movie? Top 1000 movie? Oh, it's not a top 1000. It does not cut the list. I think it's only Bollywood though. Overall, worldwide. Yeah, it's worldwide, na. Why is it not showing that? I don't know. Let's not just. Then Bahubali 2, 1700. Pushpa 2, 1800. RRR 1200. KGF 2, 1100. Abhinandan, no, later, not today, not today. I have a lot of things to cover. I have a lot of videos to show. We will talk about this like tomorrow. Let's fix a stream tomorrow. We will talk about it tomorrow. Okay, Audindo. Animal, Bajrangi Bhaijans 3, 2. Chhawa is this is a new movie. It is running in theaters. Okay. Let's go. Sallu Bhai's kick still on top. Okay, anyways. Okay. So okay, we will watch the other things later. Okay, so let's talk about what are the current biggest TV shows going on. Severance. Severance is the show that is surprisingly bringing people back together. Like, when is the last biggest cultural phenomena? Like, previously, when people used to have cable television in USA and in other countries, people used to talk about Game of Thrones. It was a cultural phenomenon. Everyone on Sundays tuned into Game of Thrones and they came back on Monday and they talked about the show. Everyone talked about the show. It was a cultural phenomenon. Like, did you see the last episode? Oh my god, this happened, that happened. Everyone around you talked. And that has been lost in the streaming wars. You go to a friend, did you watch Peacemaker? No, but I am watching Invincible in Prime. Oh, I am watching Mandalorian in Hotstar. So everyone is watching everything, different content. Although it is catered to the person and it is more individualistic, but we are getting lost of that. Everyone talking about the same thing. And after years of like, I think the most talked about show previously before this was Loki. A lot of people watched Loki, but a lot of people watched Loki before the Game of Thrones. I think Last of Us, and after this, I think this is the show everyone is talking about. Ted Lasso was what Apple TV Plus was, but it is not anymore. Ted Lasso ended in an amazing way. MCU was the last of it. Yes, MCU, I think The Last of Us was a cultural phenomenon. Everyone was talking about The Last of Us. HBO has a way to pull audience. HBO has the charisma to create something somewhere and it would just explode in the market. Talk about Chernobyl, talk about Silicon Valley, talk about um, Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, Last of Us. There are so many of content in HBO that are good, and same goes for Apple TV Plus. Severance is the happiest thing that might have ever happened to Apple in the TV Plus division. People are just talking about it. Everybody is watching it. Not in India, probably not, but everybody else. It's a cultural phenomenon. Then we have White Lotus. Okay, that's fine. White Lotus is a good HBO show. I liked it. Invincible. I have not tuned into Invincible after season 2. After season 1. It did not pull me. And movies, Captain America, of course, it's a Marvel movie, but this is not an engagement score. This is an engagement score. Everybody is talking about it. You are like, this is the Marvel's nightmare. The stories are slop. The only way they had the audience was because they had the audience. Now that they have lost the attention, they are just like Star Wars now. They are just a cornerstone, and somebody is watching it, somebody is not. It's not. They can't reach $2 billion like this in the next Avengers movie. Mickey 17 is something I would like to watch. What? How is Star Wars out of nowhere? Yeah, see, Star Wars is something people watch from time to time. Yeah. Biggest shows of this year till now: House of the Dragon, and then Boys, and then Simpson, then Yellowstone. Okay, let's watch some video because I was blabbing a lot. Let's see. There are a lot of interesting videos we can check out. What should we watch from this list? What what is something that impresses you? Chat. 3 people watching. What is impressing you from this list? Yeah. Any one video you want to watch first? Somebody once- Oh no, that's a copyright song. My tea ended. Okay, we are waiting patiently for the replies. 4 people watching. Okay, what are the videos from this list which is compelling to you and you want to watch? So one is, here's the first look at iOS 19, the next version of operating system. Claude 3.7, the new AI model. We can talk about it. We can watch I have not watched a lot of movies from the Best Picture nomination this year. We can watch it. The honest trailers of basically a collage of this. We investigated um, China Silicon Valley. This is a good video. I have watched this before and it's a really nice video. uh, uh, Purchasing power parity. Explain. Um, um, US is United Kingdom is in crumbles. US is doing very poorly, and this is a very interesting. And we can talk about Geo Hotstar. It's a very rarely discussed topic, or we can see how Minecraft was made. I don't want to watch these, so I won't. Is 84 lakh rupee India poor? People need to see that. Okay, we will watch it first. Okay, this is a 26-minute video. Okay. Yo, Kaka, you are free. Let's play good horror mod of Minecraft. I have seen it. It was lit. I have servers too. I can add there. Hope you read this. Are bhai, I'm reading everything. We can definitely do this. Talk to me in Discord about it further after the stream. We will definitely talk about this. We will definitely arrange it. I am totally up for playing Minecraft. Okay, let's. We will watch this first. Then I want to add something that I want to watch. We will watch this Hotstar one after that. What the heck? What happened? Where did the video go? Oh, what the heck? Okay. After that, we will decide what we want to watch. Let's put this. Okay.
It's recording, right? So it all started when a tweet went viral recently about India versus America price parity. A lot of people were saying that, getting a 30 lakh salary in India is equivalent to getting $120K, which is roughly about a crore in America. Another person posted this. People who were living in America got angry and were like, you cannot put a price on fresh air. Honestly, it's been a decade-long heated debate, and I started questioning, are these figures true? How much does it actually cost to live in America? How much really is 100K worth in the US? How much is that worth in India? Is it 30 lakhs? Is it 40 lakhs? Or is it 80 lakhs? What would the equivalent lifestyle be? So, to get
None of them. Whatever you want. Shit's loud as ASF. Okay, we will reduce the sound. We will reduce the sound. Uh,
an accurate answer, I decided to make a video. I traveled to the top American cities last month and found the answer myself. In this video, I've created comparisons that provide the one video you need to answer your questions about price parity in America. With examples, by the way. I went there, I am a testament.
I think a reserve of money for your health, because the cost of health is the only thing I think people need, and the next amount of money is whatever makes you satisfied, whatever calms you down. That should be the, and it can be different for a person who doesn't have anything. 5 lakh rupee might be a great amount of money for them, and for someone 10 lakh rupee might be great. It is completely a individual opinion, rather than putting it in a video is what amount of money is exactly you need to earn. This is very bad.
To this, and I'll also show you what America, San Francisco, New York was like. Let's begin. We'll start with the basics first. Let me explain something called purchasing power parity. So, purchasing power parity, or PPP, is simply the ratio of the price of a basket of goods at one location divided by the price of the basket of goods at a different location. But why is it important? You see, prices of goods and services differ between countries, and it can be difficult to compare how much your money will buy in different places. Let me give you an example, okay? $3 can get you 1 can of soda in America, but 3 cans in India. And this is where PPP, or purchasing power parity, comes in. It basically lets us compare the real value of money between different countries and also helps us adjust GDP to show how an economy is doing. Now, every time it comes to this US versus India comparison, people say that PPP is too simplistic. It doesn't take into account a lot of things, which is also a fair argument because your basket of goods or spending habits may not be similar to other person's basket of goods. For example, if you're a fresher, your needs will be very different from a family of 4 who will probably need cars, schooling for their children, etc. Based on the current calculation though, the OECD says that 100K is 23 lakhs in India. The World Bank says it's 21 lakhs, but if you stick with me till the end, I'll tell you what I learned from my experience. So from the very moment I stepped on American soil, I started doing my research. The very first person we met was a driver sent by Google who came to pick us up in San Francisco. He was from Brazil, had moved to America to work, and he was just the right candidate because guess what? He was making $100,000 a year. Yes, let that sink in. A driver making $100,000, that's basically 84 lakhs. Honestly,
So that's what I'm talking about. A driver is earning 24 lakh rupees. In India, driver earns 20,000 rupees. This is the problem. India, the labor is so cheap, and that's why America is struggling right now. Because the labor is expensive, they can't bring the industries back to their country, because the companies will incur a lot of loss. But I think that is the way this company should run. These companies have infinite amount of money. Amazon, Apple, Google, Microsoft, whatever. You don't need that much amount of money. Yes, you can tell that we need for research, but how much? You spend 20 billion on research. Your company is valued at $3.5 trillion. This is crazy.
I thought he was lying, but over 10 days, I asked, how much do you make to every single driver, every person I met across San Francisco, LA, New York, and all the drivers we met were making $7,000 to $8,000 per month. Yeah, it blew my mind too. It also made me question, does everybody starting out in America make like $100,000? Is it more like making 5 lakh per annum salary in India? Because drivers back home make that much. Also, does it mean that all our friends in US getting a 1 crore package are actually just making entry-level salaries? So it's obviously a little more nuanced than that. But before we talk about that, I want to quickly thank our partner for this video, Odoo. Odoo is an enterprise resource management planning software which you can use to manage all your business needs like sales, accounting, and CRM. Now, if you're looking to streamline your operations and stay on top of the task, Odoo's open source project management tool is just what you need. You can organize your tasks using different views like visualize your workflow with Kanban that shows all the tasks as cards with
And
This was my very first candidate, so I was also a little apprehensive of recording him because I didn't want him to get angry. But I also casually asked him, so how do you spend your $100,000? That's a lot of money. You must be saving a lot, right? He was like, no, $100,000 is nothing in San Francisco, you know. I live in our north of San Francisco and I pay like $3,000 rent. I've got a kid, so it's kind of tough. This specific driver paid rent of $3,000 living an hour away north of San Francisco. $3,000 is 2.5 lakhs. He mentioned it was impossible to find a home for his family of three, even an hour north of San Francisco, for less than $3,000. That is quite a lot, right? Was he sure about this? I opened Craigslist right away to check the rents. $3,000 for a one bedroom? That sounds insane.
Craigslist is eBay, like not Amazon. Not even Amazon. It's like OLX plus housing.com plus second-hand stuff. It's a mixed bag. It's like the anything and everything selling app, except what is illegal, right? You can't sell illegal stuff on Craigslist.
Insane. Now I also realized the Bay Area is actually made up of these small pockets of different areas. So there's Palo Alto, there's Woodside, Atherton, Menlo Park, where a lot of rich founders stay. But then there are also the cheaper areas. And I'll tell you what, the cheaper areas also cost $2,000 minimum for a one-bedroom apartment. This is Silicon Valley, by the way. Wait till you guys see New York. So this was Sandeep, another driver we spoke to in New York.
Including all of that? 5,000 plus.
And he was also telling us how his monthly expenses were $4,000 per month. That's around 3.3 lakhs. So he didn't actually stay in the city. He stayed outside of the main city. And he said with gas, insurance, everything included, his expenses were $65,000 a year. That is 54 lakhs. That's just mind-boggling. By the way, I also want to show you guys my room that we got in New York. There was literally no space for me and Varun to walk and cross each other at the same time. But I'll tell you what, that's not the surprising part. Take a wild guess how much this shoebox costed us. 10,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees? Nope, it was 30,000 rupees per
My
night.
God.
This is also when I realized that, you know, even if I pay $2,000 or $3,000 to get a 1 BHK apartment here, there's a significant difference in a 1 BHK here versus back home. Basically in India, a 1 BHK is more like 700 to 800 square feet. That's probably something as big as this. But in America, it could also mean like 200 to 300 square feet, which is probably something like this, especially in the big cities. Essentially, what I realized was that the price per square feet rental in America is much, much higher. Now, there is some good news. You don't need to be living in the big cities, downtown. You can also probably go stay an hour away and commute to work, or stay in smaller towns where you can get mansions as big as this. But then, you know, you could also be missing out on networking opportunities, events like these, or just really experiencing America like the movies and TV shows we've grown up watching show us. And also found out some scary details that I'll tell you right after we cover all the good stuff. That's the American food and the American cars. America's pizzas, America's burgers, all taste really good.
Arey bhai, I am not eating food. I am not eating food. They can't show me food like this. It made me instantly hungry. This 3-second footage. I am so brain rot pilled, bhai. I am so brain rot pilled. This 3-second footage just entirely diverted my mind. I was like, bhai, kha baar chai.
American food and the American cars.
And bring some.
America's pizzas, America's burgers, all taste really, really great. Now let me show you how much they actually cost. So this was my very first meal. It was 2 burgers, 2 fries, 2 drinks, and one tiny avocado, which cost us $46. That's close to 3,800 rupees. In fact, every meal we had after this was a minimum of $30 for 2 people, going up to $60 to $70 in nicer places. Now, I want to show you something odd. I want you to observe this bill and notice an anomaly. Did you spot it? No? Can you see this $5 tip on the bill? $5, that's nearly 417 rupees. Now, did you know that in America, tipping is not just expected, but it's practically mandatory? I literally couldn't wrap my head around this. So every meal that you eat out will actually cost you an extra 10 to 15% thanks to this peculiar gratuity culture that they have. Dora, come here. Sit. Good girl. And I'll tell you what, it gets weirder because even self-service kiosks demand tips at checkout, which is strange because what exactly are you tipping for when it's self-service? Because there is no service there. You are doing all the work.
I ask, have you lost your rabbit-ass minds?
And you know what? If anybody's around and they see that you're not tipping them, they'll actually get mad at you. Now, I realize the whole issue is that the F&B industry in America, they don't pay the helpers and waiters well. Most of these helpers are paid minimum wages, so a lot of these folks make most of their money from tips. By the way, New York local was telling me that if you don't tip them, the waiters will literally record a video of you and put it on TikTok or put it online saying that look at this terrible customer who only paid us like a 5% tip.
I just want to say, it's a nice house for a $5 tip. You're welcome.
Now let's talk about roads. I love roads. I know it's a strange thing to say, but I love studying roads, I love urban infra, and I love how good roads have a multiplier effect on the economy.
Highways of the future. We have to have these roads to meet the economic growth. The population shifts.
In fact, I've done a whole video about this. You can check it out here. So I basically really enjoyed American roads. It was my favorite part about the whole trip. We in fact did a road trip driving all the way from San Francisco to Los Angeles. And you know, while you're driving, on one side you've got the ocean, and on the other side you've got the grasslands. I'm not gonna lie, it literally feels like a scene right out of a movie. Also, the lane discipline was very interesting to observe because for somebody who loves things being super organized, this was a treat to the eyes. Now, what does it cost to experience these amazing roads? Well, we paid around $700 for this car for 3 days. The public transport system kind of sucks in California. It's not like New York where you have subways, so we had to rely on Ubers until we got a car of our own. You can check some of my bills out. Take a close look because Uber is really, really expensive in America. It also kind of makes sense why Uber drivers make so much money here because for even the tiniest of distances, you're literally paying $20 to $30, which is close to 2,000 to 3,000 rupees. By the way, cars are much cheaper in America than in India. Check these out. These are some more cars that you can get for 8 to 9 lakhs and 16 lakhs, and they look so damn good. By the way, talking about commute, I cannot not show you guys this. So we took a driverless cab, Waymo, in San Francisco. and I've literally never experienced anything like this. I was honestly kind of confused whether to marvel at how far technology has come or be
I don't
scared.
want
So
a
it comes,
vlog.
you open it, sit, put a code, and it starts driving to the destination. You think we'll
Hasan,
ever get
no
this in India?
control.
Let me know in
Are
the
no,
comments.
not
Anyway, remember
not. I am a atheist guy. I don't do no food for God. I'm doing no food for my health. I have got obese, so I am doing gym stuff. So I ate my lunch, and after that I did not eat anything, and I am eating very less, and my appetite is very high, very very high. I am basically starving myself.
I told you I found out some pretty disturbing details about San Francisco. While we were in this Waymo, I was watching some videos about the self-driving Waymo cab on my phone, okay? And I stumbled upon this one video of a Waymo burning. Now, while I was in San Francisco, I would often see these signs saying, don't leave things in your car or people will break it open. So I got very curious, like, what is going on? I didn't know how bad it was. Did you know that vandalism, breaking into cars, burning down cabs, it's actually pretty common in San Francisco? 20,550 car break-ins last year.
I'm so lucky. I just scraped out exactly the amount of part was food. I don't want to know how much the food costs in USA because it would make me hungry.
That's almost 59 car break-ins every single day. I was questioning some locals about this, and they told me about this very interesting law in California, which is called Prop 47. This law basically says that theft of property with a value of less than $950 is considered petty theft and called a misdemeanor. It's not a felony. So you can literally just break open cars, make sure that the theft is under $950 and walk away. Even the cops were like, the people know the law. One of the first things they ask is, can I just get a ticket and be on my way if they get caught? This is wild. But then I saw it happen right in front of my eyes at Target. So there were these two men who looked absolutely normal, okay? They walked in, picked up a bunch of things and walked off. And not a single person stopped them. So I was like, what is going on? Why is nobody stopping these people? And the person at Target told me, you're not allowed to touch people or you can be charged for assault. So you just have to let these people walk away. I was like, what? You know, they also cannot put people in jail for petty crime because cost of locking up someone in California is around $132,000. So locking up a California state prisoner for 1 year costs nearly twice as much as tuition at the state's top private universities. In fact, even New York uses
It's so weird. How much target to lose? What target? I'm not playing cricket, man. What target? I don't understand. What are we talking about?
$4.4 billion to theft every year. If you're a store owner in America, you're basically screwed. You know, every time the argument of purchasing power parity comes up, people start arguing, saying that you can't put a cost on fresh air. And I agree, you can't. But you also cannot put a cost on all of this. You cannot put a cost on safety. You cannot put a cost on the whole fentanyl crisis that's going on in Silicon Valley and people who become addicted to substances because they're so readily available and no one's going to stop you from taking it. There are literally so many homeless people in San Francisco, and no, they're not like the homeless people you see in India. These people look normal, they're just normal, except they're on all sorts of drugs. Look at this video, okay? This is a random homeless person on the street casually talking to herself. And on this very same day, by the way, something very scary happened. So I went to get coffee, and I didn't know that literally nothing is open on a Sunday in San Francisco. So the only place that was open was Starbucks, which was like 15 minutes away. So I walked there, and it was very, very crowded, okay? Now, while I was standing in the row, there was a person standing right behind me, and he started whispering something in my ear. So I suddenly turned around, and I was like, what's up? And he looks at me, and he goes like, hey, do you have $1? Can you buy me a coffee? Please, I'm hungry, and I have no money. That is when I stopped, and I looked around the whole Starbucks, and I realized that most of the people there, they were not customers waiting to buy coffee from Starbucks. They were all homeless people who were standing there inside Starbucks because it was too cold to be outside, and this was the only place open on a Sunday, so they were actually inside for shelter. This was very, very eerie, so I literally just ran because think about it, they won't be charging anything if they take less than $950 from me because it's not a felony, right? Now, New York, LA, Palo Alto, Mountain View, a lot of the other areas in Silicon Valley were not like this, but something is just very off with San Francisco. You know the halo effect when you've heard so many good things about a place, you feel like it'll be a good place, the building looks so good, so do the roads. How can it be unsafe if it feels so developed? That's when I realized it's not always the truth. I don't think you can understand the ground reality of any place until you visit it yourself. And I keep thinking about this quote again and again, that hard times create great men create good times create weak men, and weak men create hard times. And I feel like somewhere this is what's going on in America, particularly San Francisco, because from what I could see, the infra, the tech, everything they've built is insane, incomparable to India. They didn't have good leaders. That's why I was so confused. Why is there so much homelessness? Why the drug crisis? The current state of it did not match how I had imagined it to be. You know, in New York for that matter, the skyscrapers, absolutely magnificent. They made me marvel at what us humans can build. I've never seen anything like that in my life. Beach Tokyo, I'll say. But you know, as soon as I landed and reached the area and got out to get to my hotel, taking in the fresh New York air, I was like, wait, what the heck? It literally smelled like piss. Everything above me was great, but the minute you look down, you're like, what's going on? And I honestly wish I was exaggerating because I wanted to visit New York all along. I wanted to be pleasantly surprised, but this was exactly my first impression. Insane buildings, what a vibe, but why is there piss? Why are there so many rats? And why is there so much garbage on the street? Now, before you folks say, have you been to Bombay, seen the slums? Yes, I have, and we're fully aware of what it's like. It's not made out to be anything else in media. We know where we stand, we know where we lack, we have a long, long way to go. But you know, America's branded very differently than its actual on-ground reality. And I'm not refuting the good stuff. In America, you can literally get promoted much faster and reach a 250K salary in less than 3 to 4 years, which you cannot do in India. You also don't have to work 10 to 12 hours every day. You have fixed timings and you're paid for all the extra hours. Your weekends are off. I know these are also discussed in the whole purchasing power parity arguments. But also on the other side, getting a job in America comes with a whole lot of anxiety. You're dealing with H-1B lottery. That's basically you can work hard, get a job, but at the end of the day, it's a lottery that decides if you get your work visa. And more than 7 lakh applicants for less than 2 lakh work visas. We did a whole breakdown of it here, by the way. I ended up this segment to share some news with all of you. So around 1.5 years ago, we started a video editing cohort because we had this thesis that we're moving towards a world where it's becoming easier to come to our cohorts. We have more recruiting, free masterclass, more than anything in the description. The air person earning even like 20 lakhs can easily afford a cook, maid, and even a babysitter for that matter. Is that possible with $150,000 in USA? It's not. The air quality pollution, yes, it's much better. Civic sense is much better. You do lead a healthier life. But when and if you fall sick or get chronic illness, the cost of healthcare in America is absolutely bonkers.
Healthcare spending in the U.S. is estimated to be $3.5 trillion.
Oh my god.
They billed our insurance company over $3 million for the cost
How
of
much to lose? 15 kgs, man. I have to lose 15 kgs now.
transplant.
$200 for a blood test, $20,000 for one single stent. Just exorbitant.
I mean, yeah, people say it's broken, but broken is one thing. Making it so expensive that it's practically inaccessible is another. You know, that's also when I realized that most of the arguments made on Twitter around this are by young folks who've actually never faced any health anomaly. I got to experience it firsthand, so let me share my experience. So the blood test that we wanted to get for the longest time, which is only available in America. Kudos to America for being way ahead in medical R&D, but access to these medicines, quite a task. So firstly, to get this test, we require a prescription from a doctor in America because they didn't accept the Indian doctor prescription. So for that, we needed an appointment with the doctor. This was literally impossible in San Francisco because doctors don't seem to want to see patients. They all leave by 4-5 p.m. So after days of trying to find a doctor, we finally got an appointment with the doctor in Los Angeles. It was very professional, good doctor, but guess what the consultation costed us? This consultation of half an hour costed us $652.
My
That's
God.
54,000 rupees for a half an hour consultations. I just couldn't wrap my head around this. Now finally, after the most expensive consultation of our lives, we got the prescription. Next, we had to get the blood test then. Guess how much the test costed us? Take a wild guess. $2,000, which is 1.67 lakhs for blood test. And you know what? If you go to the emergency or ER, the
Indian blood test costs you 200 rupees. 200 rupees you will get a blood test.
cost of everything doubles. So God forbid you have a medical emergency, you're screwed. You literally cannot survive in America without health insurance.
The teddy bear appeared on someone's medical bill as a cough support device for $57.
My friend was telling me how she had a ligament tear and she had to pay $3,000 for a cast. Her insurance covered $1,500, but the remaining $1,500 she had to pay out of her pocket. So based on my experience, everything I learned, I created a whole chart for you guys. Added my inputs so you can take a screenshot of this when you're comparing. 100,000 salary is actually like an entry-level salary in big cities like New York, but in states like Ohio, it could be considered a substantial income. So if you make 100,000 salary in SF and live in SF, and if you want to say 1.5 lakhs a month, you need to be living below your means. But if
America is not a place to live, man. The place is not good for anyone. PPP is real. Yes, it definitely is. And the lifestyle in USA is as rosy as it can be exactly as dark. You can be in debt very easily. Gambling is illegal. A lot of drugs are legal. Even not legal, it's very hard to be prosecuted. It's very easy to be really down the lines in USA, and it's very regularly promoted. And especially when you're going there, you are not having a $1 million lifestyle. You will start from a small place, and the things you would see would be horrific. It is very scary.
say 1.5 lakh in Bangalore in India per month, this is what you need to be earning. How much you save in America will be subjected to where you live, the state taxes, and your needs. For example, cars, electronics, much cheaper in America, but a house is significantly more expensive. So when you're older and you need to buy a house for your family, and the cheapest you can get is a tiny house for $1 million in the valley, that's when the numbers and the ratios go bonkers. And that's why I say numbers never tell the full story. In fact, I met a few Indians at Google I/O went who were making decent salaries, but they were not living in the main city. They lived an hour away in single rooms, paid very little rent, saved money, paid off the student loan, worked double shifts, and sent money back home. And when you do that, this PPP doesn't matter because your savings are actually in absolutes. As in, you're earning in dollars and sending at $2,000, the full amount back in India to be saved in India as Indian rupee. So that's a saving of nearly 1.6 lakhs per month. And many Indians do that, you know. In fact, India is the largest recipient of remittances with inflows of about $125 billion in 2023 or 3.4% of our GDP. So yes, if you can go to America, get your H1B.
India's 3.4% of the GDP comes from employees outside India paying money to their homes. This is insane.
Sorted, spend frugally, pay off your loans, and get multiple promotions to reach that 400k, 500k salary. At that point, none of these arguments even matter. Your savings are going to be subjected to you, your lifestyle. If you're somebody who likes living life king size, then even $500,000 is not going to be sufficient for you in a big city in America. Hence, in my opinion, purchasing power parity only captures a narrow slice of reality. And after speaking to many Indians there, I realized one thing. You know, we Indians, we can survive and thrive anywhere in the world if we put our minds to it. I feel like working hard is literally in our DNA. We love our country because we feel like we can get more for the same amount of hard work there, higher returns. And it makes sense. But I think Indians working anywhere will beat their peers because that's how we are raised. If we decide we want to save 2 lakhs a month, we live below our means and save that amount. But that's also why I want to stay here because I realize how much talent we have. And all this talent, all these people, all they're looking for is an opportunity. And that's what I want to do here. I want to build here and create those opportunities for people so they don't have to go chase the American dream, but feel like they've got a shot at social mobility here as well. And that's what we're trying. I want people to feel like they can get out of the rat race and build a good life here as well. And I know India has its shortcomings and lots of them, and we've got a long way to go. But if we don't take a shot at improving,
Okay, we got it.
Hi everyone, 11 फरवरी 2015 को स्टार इंडिया अपना OTT प्लेटफॉर्म हॉटस्टार लॉन्च करता है जिसमें वो अपने स्टार इंडिया के टीवी शोज और स्पोर्ट्स स्ट्रीम करता है। अब इसकी लॉन्च की ना टाइमिंग काफी ज्यादा परफेक्ट थी क्योंकि इसकी
That's why we are stuck in this ridiculous PPP shit, man. The thing is that most of us won't even understand what it is like to live in a different country. So it really doesn't matter.
लॉन्च के जस्ट बाद ही क्रिकेट वर्ल्ड कप और आईपीएल आ जाते हैं और इसीलिए हॉटस्टार की एक्सट्रीम ग्रोथ होती है। लॉन्च के सिर्फ एक वीक के अंदर वो 1.5 मिलियन यूजर्स क्रॉस कर लेता है और 40 दिन के अंदर 10 मिलियन यूजर्स क्रॉस कर लेता है। वो भी उस टाइम जब इंडिया के अंदर फास्ट इंटरनेट नहीं था क्योंकि उस टाइम तक जियो लॉन्च नहीं हुआ था। फिर 2016 में जियो के लॉन्च होने के बाद मोबाइल क्रिकेट स्ट्रीमिंग की डिमांड एकदम से बढ़ जाती है और इसीलिए हॉटस्टार 2019 तक आते डिज्नी के कोलैबोरेशन के साथ 300 मिलियन यूजर्स क्रॉस कर लेता है और वो इंडियन ओटीटी स्पेस में मैक्सिमम शेयर कैप्चर कर लेता है। इनफैक्ट 2023 में जहां नेटफ्लिक्स के पास 6.2 मिलियन पेड सब्सक्राइबर्स थे, प्राइम के पास 12.4 मिलियन, डिज्नी प्लस हॉटस्टार अकेले के पास 50 मिलियन पेड सब्सक्राइबर्स थे और इस तरह से हॉटस्टार इंडियन ओटीटी स्पेस में किंग बन जाता है। बट ये गेम तब बदल जाता है जब एशिया एशियाज रिचेस्ट मैन मुकेश अंबानी, जिसके पास अपना खुद का ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म जियो सिनेमा था, वो इस गेम में एंट्री करते हैं और वो 2023 से 2027 के आईपीएल स्ट्रीमिंग राइट्स को 23,000 करोड़ में खरीद लेते हैं। वहीं 2023 से 2028 तक की बायलैटरल क्रिकेट राइट्स भी ले लेते हैं, जिसमें टी20, ओडीआईस और टेस्ट मैचेस सब कुछ इंक्लूडेड होता है। इस डील से हॉटस्टार को बहुत ही बड़ा झटका लगता है। जो एक टाइम पर इंडियन ओटीटी का किंग हुआ करता था, वो कुछ टाइम में 20.9 मिलियन पेड सब्सक्राइबर्स को बैठता है और 2024 में हॉटस्टार की पेरेंट कंपनी स्टार इंडिया 12,000 करोड़ का लॉस भी रिपोर्ट करती है। जियो यहां पर भी नहीं रुकता है और वो 14 नवंबर 2024 को डिज्नी प्लस हॉटस्टार में मैक्सिमम स्टेक एक्वायर कर लेता है और फिर फरवरी 14, 2025 को वो हॉटस्टार को जियो सिनेमा से मर्ज करके जियो हॉटस्टार ऑफिशियली लॉन्च कर देता है।
जियो सिनेमा और डिज्नी प्लस हॉटस्टार ने मिलाया हाथ, लॉन्च किया नया ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म जियो हॉटस्टार।
इस वीडियो में बात करेंगे कि मुकेश अंबानी को आखिर इस ओटीटी स्पेस में ऐसा क्या दिखा जो वो इतनी तेजी से इसमें एक्सपांड कर रहे हैं। जियो ने सारे क्रिकेट राइट्स ओन कर ही लिए थे, फिर भी उसने आखिर हॉटस्टार को क्यों खरीदा? जियो हॉटस्टार की इस डील से नेटफ्लिक्स और प्राइम पर क्या इफेक्ट पड़ेगा और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट, हम इस पूरे ड्रामा से क्या इंपॉर्टेंट लेसन सीख सकते हैं। जियो ने आखिर इस ओटीटी स्पेस में एंट्री क्यों करी, ये समझने के लिए पहले हमें इन ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म की वर्किंग को समझना पड़ेगा। तो चलो शुरू करते हैं। जितने भी ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं जैसे कि सोनी लिव, नेटफ्लिक्स, प्राइम एक्सेट्रा, ये सब पैसे ना या तो ऐड के थ्रू कमाते हैं या फिर इनका कोई पेड सब्सक्रिप्शन होता है या फिर ये दोनों ही मॉडल को यूज करते हैं। अब इन ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म को मूवीज और टीवी शोज अपने प्लेटफॉर्म पर लिस्ट करने के लिए काफी ज्यादा खर्चा करना पड़ता है। या तो ये प्लेटफॉर्म शोज और मूवीज की एक्सक्लूसिव राइट परचेज करते हैं या फिर और बड़ा रिस्क लेकर उन्हें प्रोड्यूस भी करते हैं, जैसे नेटफ्लिक्स ने रिसेंटली स्क्विड गेम प्रोड्यूस किया था। अब इंडिया में काफी ज्यादा प्राइस सेंसिटिव मार्केट है और यहाँ पर पायरेसी भी काफी ज्यादा कॉमन है और इसी वजह से सभी ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म इंडिया में काफी ज्यादा स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं। 2023 में नेटफ्लिक्स के पास इंडिया में सिर्फ 6.2 मिलियन पेड सब्सक्राइबर्स थे, वहीं प्राइम के पास 12.4 मिलियन, वो भी तब जब इंडिया में नेटफ्लिक्स 69% सस्ता है दूसरी कंट्रीज के कंपैरिजन में, वहीं प्राइम 87% सस्ता है। बट पता है क्या, हॉटस्टार ने इंडिया जैसे प्राइस सेंसिटिव मार्केट को क्रैक कर लिया है। जब नेटफ्लिक्स के पास 6.2 मिलियन सब्सक्राइबर्स थे और प्राइम के पास 12.4 मिलियन, हॉटस्टार अकेले के पास 50 मिलियन पेड सब्सक्राइबर्स थे, जो कि नेटफ्लिक्स और प्राइम की कॉम्बिनेशन से भी 2.7 टाइम्स ज्यादा है। बट अब सवाल ये कि हॉटस्टार ने आखिर किया कैसे? वेल ऐसा इसलिए क्योंकि हॉटस्टार को लोग मेजरली क्रिकेट या कोई और स्पोर्ट्स के लिए देखते हैं। सपोज करो इंडिया वर्सेस पाकिस्तान का मैच आने वाला है, तब आप क्या किसी भी पायरेटेड वेबसाइट पर डिपेंड करोगे जो इस लाइव स्ट्रीम को थोड़ा लेट दिखाएगा और जिसकी लाइव स्ट्रीम कभी भी टेक डाउन हो सकती है? और अगर ऐसा हुआ तो आपको फिर से अपना आधा घंटा लगाकर कोई और वर्किंग पायरेटेड साइट ढूंढनी पड़ेगी। कितना ज्यादा फ्रस्ट्रेटिंग नहीं होगा कि जब विराट कोहली बैटिंग कर रहा है और ये पायरेटेड वेबसाइट वहां पर लैग कर रही है। वेल यही
India's casually buying things when it comes to cricket. The only reason the streaming industry works in India is because of cricket. Without whoever has the streaming rights to IPL is the biggest streaming platform, and that's by far the thing that has been every time. IPL is the cultural phenomena, and IPL is enabling us to get streaming services at cheap. Or else they would just slap something arbitrary like $12 a month from USA and would push it in India when it comes to Prime or Netflix. So
एग्जैक्ट यूजर्स का पेन पॉइंट हॉटस्टार को समझ आया था कि लोग मूवीज और टीवी शोज को इजीली पायरेट करके देख सकते हैं, लेकिन वहीं स्पोर्ट्स को देखना बिल्कुल भी कन्वीनियंट नहीं है। और इन्हीं स्पोर्ट्स की वजह से हॉटस्टार इंडिया जैसे प्राइस सेंसिटिव मार्केट में भी अपने सब्सक्रिप्शन इजीली सेल कर पाया था। जियो हॉटस्टार के इसी डोमिनेंस को तोड़ने के लिए आईपीएल, बीसीसीआई, वुमेन प्रीमियर लीग सभी के राइट्स खरीद लेता है और इन सभी को 2023-2024 में जियो सिनेमा पर फ्री में स्ट्रीम कर देता है। यस, जो स्ट्रीमिंग राइट्स जियो ने बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स में खरीदे थे इंक्लूडिंग आईपीएल एंड वर्ल्ड कप, वो इन सभी को जियो सिनेमा पर फ्री में स्ट्रीम कर देता है। बट अब सवाल ये है कि जियो को ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म में ऐसा क्या दिखा जो इतने क्रेजी तरीके से इसमें पैसा बाहर है? वेल इसका एग्जैक्ट रीजन वही है जिस रीजन से ई-कॉमर्स कंपनी Amazon ने प्राइम वीडियो शुरू किया था। जहां बाकी ओटीटी प्लेटफॉर्म जैसे कि नेटफ्लिक्स और हॉटस्टार अपने रेवेन्यू के लिए सब्सक्रिप्शन पर डिपेंडेंट थे, Amazon का पूरा फोकस प्राइम वीडियो को प्रॉफिटेबल बनाने की तरफ नहीं था, बल्कि उसे प्राइम मेंबरशिप के थ्रू अपने Amazon प्रोडक्ट को सेल करवाना था। Amazon अपने प्राइम सब्सक्रिप्शन को बंडल में सेल करता है, जिसमें आपको प्राइम वीडियो, प्राइम म्यूजिक, प्राइम रीडिंग, प्राइम गेमिंग और प्राइम डिलीवरी भी मिलता है। और इन सभी का फोकस सिर्फ एक चीज पर है कि कैसे भी करके Amazon ई-कॉमर्स सेगमेंट की सेल्स बढ़ाना है। फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर किसी यूजर ने Amazon प्राइम अपने किसी फेवरेट शो की वजह से लिया है, तो अगर जब भी उसे कोई और चीज की शॉपिंग करनी होगी जैसे कि टीवी, तो वो फ्लिपकार्ट की जगह प्राइम से परचेज करेगा, ये सोचकर कि उसके पास प्राइम।
true. 3 days ago, I went to a hospital that all the doctors were booked watching match, and yes, it was a government hospital. Exactly. People would trade anything for sports, for cricket.
ऑलरेडी है, जिससे कि उसे फ्री और फास्ट डिलीवरी का फायदा मिलेगा। वहीं फ्लिपकार्ट में उसे यही सेम बेनिफिट्स लेने के लिए अलग से फ्लिपकार्ट प्लस परचेज करना पड़ेगा। Amazon अपने प्राइम वीडियो का कंटेंट बिल्कुल स्ट्रेटेजिकली प्लान करता है, जिससे कि उसकी ई-कॉमर्स सेगमेंट की सेल्स बढ़े। फॉर एग्जांपल, मिर्जापुर सीजन 1 Amazon प्राइम का मोस्ट पॉपुलर शो था और इसीलिए उसने मिर्जापुर सीजन 2 बिल्कुल दिवाली से पहले लॉन्च किया, जिससे कि ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोग उसे देखने के लिए प्राइम परचेज करेंगे। और फिर दिवाली के टाइम जब Amazon और फ्लिपकार्ट दोनों बिग बिलियन डे सेल्स लॉन्च करेंगे, यूजर्स फ्लिपकार्ट को छोड़कर Amazon से शॉप करेंगे, ये सोचकर कि उनके पास प्राइम ऑलरेडी है। और इसी सेम स्ट्रेटेजी को जियो यहां पर यूज कर रहा है। रिलायंस कंज्यूमर रिटेल बिजनेस में कई सारे सेक्टर्स में काम कर रहा है, जैसे ग्रोसरीज में रिलायंस फ्रेश, स्मार्ट बाजार, जियो मार्ट, फैशन एंड लाइफस्टाइल में ट्रेंड्स, अजियो, शीन, हेमलीज, इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स में रिलायंस डिजिटल, और भी रिलायंस के पास कई सारे ब्रांड्स हैं जो अलग-अलग सेक्टर्स में काम कर रहे हैं। अब रिलायंस इन्हीं प्रोडक्ट्स को सेल करने के लिए अपने कंटेंट प्लेटफॉर्म इंक्लूडिंग ओटीटी का यूज कर रहा है और इस चीज को रिलायंस दो स्टेप्स में एग्जीक्यूट कर रहा है। नंबर 1, रिलायंस अपनी कंपनी से भी इकोसिस्टम बनाना चाह रहा है कि अगर आप उसकी एक भी सर्विस यूज करोगे तो आपको दूसरे में फायदा मिलेगा। जैसे कि अगर जियो अपने सिम के प्लान के अंदर अगर ओटीटी इंक्लूड कर देगा तो यूजर्स इस डील की वजह से एयरटेल और वोडाफोन आइडिया को छोड़कर उस पर शिफ्ट हो जाएंगे। ये बिल्कुल वैसा ही है जैसे कि जूम और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट टीम्स सेम काम करते हैं, लेकिन माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ने टीम्स के साथ अपना पूरा माइक्रोसॉफ्ट 365 इकोसिस्टम सेल किया है, जिसकी वजह से मोस्ट ऑफ द एंटरप्राइज को माइक्रोसॉफ्ट की डील ज्यादा वैल्यूएबल लगी। नंबर 2, रिलायंस यूजर्स को इसी इकोसिस्टम में जोड़ने के लिए कंटेंट प्लेटफॉर्म का डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन यूज कर रहा है अपने प्रोडक्ट्स एडवर्टाइज करने के लिए। ये बिल्कुल वैसा ही है जैसे यूट्यूबर्स करते हैं। मिस्टर बीस्ट ने अपने YouTube डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन के थ्रू बर्गर्स और चॉकलेट सेल किए, लोगन पॉल ने एनर्जी ड्रिंक, फिजिक्स वाला और अमन धत्तरवाल ने कोर्सेज सेल किए, वहीं टेक बर्नर ने टी-शर्ट्स और वॉचेस सेल किए। जियो इसी कंटेंट डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की पावर को काफी ज्यादा बड़े लेवल पर इंप्लीमेंट कर रहा है। समझाता हूं कैसे। हर एज ग्रुप के लोग अलग-अलग टाइप का कंटेंट देखना पसंद करते हैं। कोई न्यूज़ देखना पसंद करता है, कोई स्पोर्ट्स, कोई कार्टून्स, कोई वेब सीरीज, कोई मूवीज, तो कोई टीवी सीरियल्स। और जियो इनमें से किसी भी कैटेगरी के लोगों को मिस नहीं करना चाहता है, क्योंकि वो इन सभी कैटेगरीज के लोगों को अपना प्रोडक्ट सेल कर रहा है। और इन्हीं सभी लोगों तक पहुंचने के लिए रिलायंस ने पिछले कुछ सालों में कई सारी मीडिया कंपनीज शुरू भी करी है और कई कंपनीज में स्टेक भी लिया है। जैसे 2016 में जियो म्यूजिक और जियो सिनेमा, 2017 में बालाजी फिल्म्स, 2018 में जियो स्टूडियोज और इरोस इंटरनेशनल, 2019 में हेमलेस नेटवर्क 18 और टीवी 18, 2020 में जियो प्लेटफॉर्म्स और व्हाट्सएप कोलैबोरेशन, 2021 में वाईकॉम 18 और जियो
What is
गेम्स।
WhatsApp collaboration? That is not an acquisition. That is not a creation. That is just an extension. Why is that?
2019 में हेमलेस नेटवर्क 18 और टीवी 18, 2020 में जियो प्लेटफॉर्म्स और व्हाट्सएप कोलैबोरेशन, 2021 में वाईकॉम 18 और जियो गेम्स, 2022 में क्रिकेट स्ट्रीमिंग राइट्स, 2023 में वूट और फिर फाइनली 2024 में स्टार इंडिया, जिसमें हॉटस्टार इंक्लूडेड है। बट अगर जियो ने तो क्रिकेट राइट्स को पहले खरीद लिया था, तो फिर आखिर उसने हॉटस्टार को क्यों खरीदा? वेल, हॉटस्टार के पॉपुलर होने का रीजन क्रिकेट था, लेकिन उसके पास सिर्फ स्पोर्ट्स ही नहीं बल्कि काफी सारा कंटेंट है, जो कि रिलायंस के लिए बहुत ही बड़ा गोल्ड माइन है। और इसलिए रिलायंस ने हॉटस्टार नहीं खरीदा बल्कि पूरा डिज्नी स्टार इंडिया के चैनल पर कंट्रोल ले लिया है, जिसमें उसके पास अब स्टार प्लस, कलर्स, स्टार न्यूज नेटवर्क, डिज्नी, एचबीओ, नेटवर्क 18, एबीसी, एमटीवी, मार्वल।
HBO is not. HBO is a contractual part of Disney Plus Hotstar. Once the contract is over, they have to renew it, and it's up to HBO whether they would renew it or not. They can also come out as a separate entity and would start their own streaming service. They would come with Max over here if they want to. You can't just push HBO here. HBO is a temporary thing, probably. If they renew the contract, that might be there again.
पिक्सर, नेशनल ज्योग्राफी और भी कई सारे चैनल्स और कंटेंट का एक्सेस मिला है, जिसे किसी भी घर का बच्चा या बड़ा हर कोई कुछ ना कुछ देखता ही है। सो टू समराइज एवरीथिंग इन वन लाइन, रिलायंस अपने अलग-अलग बिजनेस के थ्रू इकोसिस्टम बना रहा है और वो यूजर्स को अपने इकोसिस्टम में जोड़ने के लिए कंटेंट डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हो। अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आए तो प्लीज वीडियो को लाइक कर देना और चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर
Okay, why? That is okay.
देना। मिलते हैं किसी
We will see.
I have seen some.
Reliance will introduce geo taxes. Oh, this is taxes. They gave internet for free and then they slowly started to rise the price once you got addicted to internet. This would be the exact same thing. It is so cheap. Hotstar is so cheap right now. I think 50 rupees a month would give you Hotstar. I think so. Let's see. I'm not logged in here, so I can. Yeah, you can see here. Hotstar is so cheap right now. See, 50 rupee a month. It can go cheaper. It can go 42 rupee a month. It is the entry level, and it's free for if you have GeoSIM. You would get some discounts here. That's why they're making it, so that you get hooked to the streaming and hooked to the product platforms, and then you are getting, like, a very nice experience. And slowly they would start raising the prices.
Some things. Even though I haven't been leaking anything myself for the last couple of years, I have kept in touch with some little birdies over at the fruit company. Every year, multiple times a year, I am sent things, and I resist. I thought I was done with leaks. But what I saw is just too significant not to share, so here we are. You see, iOS leaks are hard to come by. The teams working on software are a lot smaller than the entire supply chains that are building iPhones. And iOS 19 is 6 months away, 9 months for regular users, but I happen to see something early that I'm going to present to all of you, and you get to decide what it all means. Sound good? I got my little eyes on the new camera app that we'll be launching with iOS 19. I'm not saying that just seeing the camera app is boring, and it definitely showed us a lot about the camera app, which we'll show you, but it also hints to something major, a major change for iOS as a whole. Something a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. Unfortunately, and obviously, I can't share the real video of what I saw. So, to protect the source but still let you see this early, we've recreated it from scratch. The entire app appears much more fluid. Settings are more condensed until you...
This is a really, this looks like the Apple Vision Pro user interface, but crammed into the Apple camera app. So this is the new software that would every year Apple announces, like Android announces a new version. This is the next version of iOS, and this is probably leaked a bit early. So we are going to watch it.
You start swiping through. The viewfinder, seeing what your camera sees, takes up most of the experience here. But what you might notice most is that we're looking at a complete redesign here of the camera app. We'll get to the other stuff. On the bottom, everything appears pretty simple. Choose between settings for taking a photo or taking a video. Tap to open the toggle, and you're presented with further options like depth for portrait mode control, and an option for spatial capture, panoramic pictures. You can tinker with photo styles, aspect ratios, exposure, and a timer. For the video portion, you'll find the same depth and spatial control, as well as slow-mo, time-lapse, action, and exposure. You know, the usual stuff. Up at the top is an easy and more accessible way to get into specific settings like resolution and frame rate. Other than that, of course, you have your usual tap to open photo gallery on the bottom left, and over on the bottom right, the toggle to flip over to the...
really dig into the resolution. You have to tweak from the settings app, not natively in your camera app in iPhone. That was very bad. and I'm glad they added the feature natively to the camera.
Front-facing camera. Now, that's just the camera app itself. But remember how I said that this hints at something else about iOS 19? Obviously, the UI design of just the camera app is not random. For those paying attention, it basically perfectly mirrors the design ethos.
I told you, this looks exactly like the Vision Pro user interface, and they're slowly going to the Vision Pro skeuomorphic user design, and the language of how the operating system looks will slowly change gradually over the years, and it would imitate a lot like Vision Pro, and slowly Macs will be the same, the MacBooks and the iPads will be the same, and they would follow a same pattern, because currently Vision Pro does not look like the rest of the Apple lineup. It looks very different from what Apple makes.
From Vision OS, from Apple's kinda maybe a little bit failed $3,500 VR headset. That's for a different day. This is something so specific and is most certainly not an accident. It can mean a few things. Let's do a bit of fun speculation after this sponsor break. The holidays might be over, but the best gift for your iPod, namely replicate
why
or especially
everyone is
exist
stuck with
there,
ads?
right? It's not like Apple to have such a jarring design change in just one place. We could be looking at a full redesign, finally. This could mean that when you swipe the camera app away, you're immediately greeted by a brand new redesigned Vision OS style home screen, round icons and all.
This looks fake. This looks absolutely fake. This looks like an Android phone. Something very different I would love in my phone, but this does not look real.
This would be the biggest and most significant redesign since iOS 7, easily. This is perhaps what Apple sheep and nerds alike have been waiting for every year since basically forever. It would be huge, right?
Yeah.
It would look even better with
Since 12 years. iOS 6 to 7 was the biggest redesign, and I think this might be it. I thought they were done with the redesign. I thought iOS 8 was the last evolution in visual overhaul, and they would stick to the same iOS 18 looks. I did not expect this quick, and I don't know why am I not very excited about it.
with the Radiance Wallpaper Studio app from our 3D artist. It is not an app where you go to download wallpapers, don't worry. It's an app that lets you import your own photos or use one of the pre-made designs to craft your own. Link for that is down in the description. It's free and has 0 ads. Now, the other option that we could be looking at is a bit less exciting, and that would be that the majority of iOS kind of looks the same. So the same icons that can't commit to being a circle or a square, the same layout, same control center, same iOS, and that instead, perhaps the Vision OS UI elements exist more so around iOS itself. In other words, the core apps like the camera app, like the music app, the notes app, the wallet app, and so on. Now, I get it, right? Okay, I realize that this is maybe the most underwhelming option I could have given you, but if you were asking for my opinion, which you are not, my opinion is that this is the option I am more so leaning towards. For reasons. Now, you could argue that a small redesign for Apple apps is better than no redesign at all, but maybe this is just the start of a full redesign.
We're saying they won't shove everything into a single year. Then how would they make iOS 20, 21, 22, 23 if they redesign the entire thing? They would hold on to the features. They would make the home screen in the first update. They would make the lock screen in the second one. They would make the, what is that? Control center in the third one, the settings app in the fourth one. They milk their operating systems design release in a very slow and steady pattern. I think that's what they are going for.
So we don't.
They are doing this exactly with the previous iOS. It can't be a giant leap like iOS 6 to 7. It cannot be. Let me show you the leap that Apple had between iOS 6 and 7. That was giant. Like, it looked from a retro looking thing to a futuristic product. This looked like this previously. The icons changed, the way the phone interacts changed. This was the previous version, and it completely changed ever since then. It completely changed. It looks very different now. So they would do it slowly.
Crush all your hopes and dreams. Perhaps the Vision OS style will trickle out into the core apps over the next couple of versions, and eventually into all of iOS. At the end of the day, I could not tell you with 100% certainty either way. All I can show you is what I saw, which was the camera app. And I can say with 100% certainty that what I showed you is real. Unfortunately, you all are going to have to just sort of guess and speculate, because iOS leaks are hard to get out. Who knows though, maybe after this video, it will open the doors for more stuff to trickle out. Either way, no matter how pretty the new camera app is, if Apple does not make iOS stable and usable, I'm going to do very bad things.
Yesterday, Anthropic finally released Claude 3.7 Sonnet.
Yeah, that was a good video. That revealed a lot of things. A lot of things about the next iPhone. Next, iOS. Let's watch Claude 3.7. What?
highly anticipated large language model that's most loved and most feared by programmers. Their announcement video has everybody freaking out, and the top comment on that video is people waiting for this video. And let me just say, I'm humbled and honored that you put so much faith into my half-assed AI reviews. I've already burned through millions of tokens testing it, and the TLDR is that Claude 3.7 is straight gas. Hits different, mad heat, high key goated, on God, no cap, for real, for real. The new base model beat itself to become even better at programming, while adding a new thinking mode to copy the success of DeepSeek R1 and the OpenAI O models. But the craziest thing they released is something called Claude Code, a CLI tool that allows you to build, test, and execute code in any project, thus creating an infinite feedback loop that in theory should replace all programmers. All the code influencers are telling us we're cooked, and in today's video, we'll find out if they're right. It is February 25th, 2025, and you're watching the Code Report. A few weeks ago, Anthropic released a paper that studied how AI affects the labor force, and what they found is that despite only making up 3.4% of the workforce, over 37% of the prompts are related to math and coding. And although it hasn't taken any human programmer jobs yet, it has taken Stack Overflow's job. Now, there's a lot of AI slopware out there, and it's hard to keep track of it all. Although it hasn't taken any human programmer jobs yet, it has taken Stack Overflow's job. Now, there's a lot of AI slopware out there, and it's hard to keep track of it all, but for web development, one of the better indicators is Web Dev Arena, and Claude 3.5, the previous version, is already sitting on top of that leaderboard, but it was roughly tied with all of the other state-of-the-art model Arena, and Claude
Oh, DeepSeek is so close.
3.5, the previous version, is already sitting on top of that leaderboard, but it was roughly tied with all of the other state-of-the-art models when it comes to the software engineering benchmark, which is human verified and based on real GitHub issues. What's crazy, though, is that the new 3.7 model absolutely crushed all the other models, including OpenAI O3 Mini High and DeepSeek, and is now capable of solving 70.3% of GitHub issues. That is, if we're to believe the benchmark. And after trying out the Claude Code CLI, I might actually believe it. It's in research preview currently, but you can install the Claude CLI with
It can solve 70% of GitHub's existing issues, codes. That is a lot, I guess. That is a lot. We might be replaced by AI, the coding guys.
npm. Disclaimer though, it uses the Anthropic API directly, and Claude is not cheap, costing over 10 times more than models like Gemini Flash and DeepSeek. $15 per million output tokens cost more than my entire personality. Once installed, you'll have access to the Claude command in the terminal, and that gives it the full context of existing code in your project. One thing I noticed immediately though is that their text decoration in the CLI looks almost identical to SST, an open source tool we covered on this channel before. That could be a coincidence, but it appears the Claude logo might also be plagiarized based on this drawing of a butthole by one of my favorite authors, Kurt Vonnegut. Now there's nothing wrong with designing your logo after a sphincter, plenty of companies do it, but I think Claude is just a little too on the nose here. But now that I have Claude installed, I can run the init command, which will scan the project and create a markdown file with some initial context and instructions. That's cool, but now we have an open session, and one thing you might want to do is see how much money you've lost by prompting so far. With the cost command, I can see that creating that init file cost about 8 cents. Now the first actual job I gave it was pretty easy, and that was to create a random name generator in Dino. After you enter a prompt, it will figure out what to do, and then have you confirm it with a yes or no. Like in this case here, it wants to generate a new file. It'll go ahead and write that file to the file system, and then it also creates a dedicated testing file as well. That's important because using a strongly typed language along with test-driven development are ways for the AI to validate that the code it writes is actually valid. If that test fails, it can use the feedback to rewrite the business logic and continue going back and forth until it gets it right. And in this example, it wrote what I would consider perfect code. But now let's do something more challenging and have it build an actual visual front-end UI, but instead of React, we'll use Svelte. When I generated the config, you'll notice that it understands the tech stack is using TypeScript and Tailwind, and then I'll prompt it for a moderately complex front-end UI, an application that can access my microphone and visualize the waveform. After this initial prompt, I had to confirm like 20 different things, and as you can see, it wrote a bunch of
Why
new
do I
components to my
need to learn coding after this? Like, what is the advantage of learning how to code? It's genuinely anyone can code now.
project. It took a lot longer than just prompting Claude in the web UI, but the end result was worth the wait. Here in the application, I can click through a waveform, frequency, and circular graphic that visualizes the sound of my voice. As a control, I had OpenAI O3 Mini High generate the same thing, and at first I got an error, which was easy to fix, but the end result looked like this, an embarrassing piece of crap.
Engineers busy at work killing each other's job.
Compared to Claude. But upon closer inspection, there were a lot of problems in Claude's code. Like for one, it didn't use TypeScript or Tailwind at all, even though it should know that they're in our tech stack. It also failed to use the new Svelte 5 rune syntax. And the entire session cost me about 65 cents, which would have been better spent on an egg or a banana. But now I have one final test. Recently, Apple had to discontinue end-to-end encryption in the UK because the government wanted a backdoor and Apple refused to build one. If you've been affected by this, one thing you can do is build your own end-to-end encrypted app. I've been trying to do that myself in JavaScript, but every single large language model that I've tried fails. Let's see if Claude Code can fix this ChatGPT garbage code. It took quite a while and changed a lot of the code, but for whatever reason, it still fails to run. And unfortunately, because I've become so dependent on AI, I have no idea how to fix an error message like this, and all I can really do is wait for the next best model to come out. Throughout this video, we've seen how good Claude is at front-end dev, but the other half to your application is the back-end. And if you like building apps fast, you need to try out Convex, the sponsor of today's video. It's an open-source reactive database that provides type-safe queries, scheduled jobs, server functions, real-time data sync like Firebase, just to name a few of its features. The best of all, though, database queries are written in pure TypeScript, giving us this beautiful IDE autocomplete across the entire stack. But that also creates another side effect, making Convex really good at autonomous vibe coding with AI. Models like Claude can more easily understand Convex code, write it with fewer errors, and thus be more productive with it. If you know how to build a front-end app, you're already halfway there. Now use the link on the screen to create a free Convex project to build the other half. This has been the Code Report. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
That was a good video. We watched a lot of videos today. Let's watch another. Let's reduce this file. Let's reduce this shit file. That's what.
It's time, once again, for the Oscars, honoring the medium America's lost interest in, with a show Americans couldn't care less about. So,
Yeah, the audience, the viewership is declining every year. That is sad.
America's lost interest in, with a show Americans couldn't care less about. So before cinemas are forced to run Birth of a Nation on loop by executive order, here are the 10 nominees for this year's Best Picture.
And have I watched any
Adrian Brody stars as Laszlo Toth, who survived the Holocaust and opioid addiction.
It is for my injury.
But having a snooty boss might just be the thing that breaks him.
Perhaps you can help your husband sound less like he shines shoes for a wage.
Laszlo's got a dream to build some kind of YMCA/federal office building with no actual purpose.
If there were an auditorium, and what do you think about a gymnasium? Perhaps a swimming pool. I can't swim.
In this cinematic monument to the value of perseverance and ease.
My love, I cannot bear it anymore.
And making your runtime so long, he will just assume you had something important to say. So if you watch just one epic-length passion project about a damaged but brilliant architect struggling with addiction, who's locked in a battle of wills against the wealthiest man in town over a confusing utopian project, make it The Brutalist. Though it's weird there were two choices this year, right?
So go back to the club.
Bauhaus Down. Witness.
It is not working for some reason. Give me a second. I like the plot of the movie. I might watch it. The Brutalist. Plot was very interesting, man. This isn't a cell phone. Oh yeah, it's working again. Some reason my Ethernet wasn't working. I don't know why.
It's the first time in history I Think the Stripper Loves Me has actually been true. And Thrill as Honora becomes the latest American to fall for Russian disinformation. Her fiancé is Vanya, a rich little twerp who's all about the Benjamins and his Benjamin. But when his parents send Harry, Surly, and Mole over to undo the marriage, the film turns into YA rom-com Uncut Gems. Featuring all the excitement of trying to find your drunk friend who wandered off.
Ребят, пацана этого не видели сегодня? Посмотри, пацана этого не видел сегодня.
Он оставил мне счет $800.
Maybe he'll be at an arcade or something, I don't know.
And more English-Russian screaming than a fire at the Piroshki factory.
No!
Sex worker, the child of a poor sex worker, or a poor ex-sex worker grooming a new sex worker. Enjoy our newest annual tradition, where Sean Baker makes a voyeuristic awards bait movie about how f***ed up your life is.
Tush.
Pity Woman. The movie Pope is dead, and to choose his successor, there must be an absolute smockdown known as a conclave, where all the new popefuls are locked in without any choir boys to distract them, triggering a no-holds-barred pope-off of biblical pope portions until they agree on the next Pokemon. Ray Fiennes stars as a high-ranking authority in a secretive cult, again. And he's tasked with finding the pure of heart amongst these liars, thieves, and adult vape users.
I thought we were here to serve God.
Don't be naive.
Just like Rave, whoever is running their Oscar campaign will have to subtly expose the dirt of the other contestants.
Looks nice.
Will have to subtly expose the dirt of the other contestants.
Netflix breaks silence over Emilia Perazax's racist tramp scandal. A bummer.
Uncover their lies and cast doubt on their treatment of women, all to ensure that their preferred candidate secures the prize. Okay, this is taking things too far. New Pope, who dis? Experience this moving Brazilian film starring the incredible Fernanda Torres, an irrelevant story about living through a fascist takeover. But since it's impossible to watch in the US outside of a few art house theaters, you're just seeing clips of the Joaquin Phoenix movie with the same title, where he tries to become a rapper. Look, no one expects you to see all of these, but it sucks that the best film of the year is unwatchable for half the country.
I feel real, I won't kneel. Blessings God, my team know how I feel.
Wow, Joaquin really didn't learn from this one, did he?
For once in my life, I got someone.
I'm still not here. From dad movie icon James Mangold and legendary recording artist Timmy Tim.
Feel the music, bringing it back. What's wrong with that kid? Does he think that he's black?
Comes the theoretically mostly true story about the timeless struggle between being really good at something
The answer is blowing in the wind.
and being a massive dick to everyone else.
You want me playing the old ones?
All right, let's just cut the crap, Bob.
It's not a request type concert.
Oh, this is the autobiography that
You
is
should
like.
just off, let me be.
As this sick man takes advantage of Norton's utilities
A good song, really good song. It can get the job done without the frills.
while pushing away girlfriends,
Maybe just don't come back at all.
collaborators,
You're acting like a jerk.
and fans. Until the most lasting part of his legacy is having a kid who wrote the One Headlight song in the 90s and another kid who directed How High.
But you gotta understand that people can only see me when they smoke me.
Now that's a piece of American culture.
It's the Liberty Bomb. Light that smoke that pass that
Bob's Bangers.
Wow.
Dive into part 2 of the often confusing sci-fi fantasy. Though if you've ever been to Burning Man, you'll be plenty familiar with a white guy getting high in the desert and declaring himself God. Young Bob Dylan shines as psychic boys medium Paul Atreides, who, after his press tour, has a real shot at uniting all humanity.
I'm going Jackson State, 8 wins in a row, 11 all-conference players. This should be a comfortable, easy win for them.
You sound okay?
Now, Paul must convince Zendaya to stay with him while he pulls a reverse challengers.
I'll take the hand of your daughter.
Defeat the offspring of Elvis and Lord Frieza, and learn to ride giant worms they worship as gods. Which is a weird dynamic, right? You wouldn't ride Jesus around like Daniel Radcliffe in Swiss Army Man. The Emperor's New Dune. You've seen the all-time classic, The Wizard of Oz, one of the most beloved films ever made. Well, forget it, because it's all propaganda bullshit. How could you believe that garbage, idiot?
Is it true you were her friend?
Ship the whole family off to Oswald School for Witchcraft and Wizardry for an upbeat adventure about how this merry old land is actually a brutal apartheid state.
One benefit of caging an animal this young is that in all likelihood, he'll never learn to speak.
Constructed entirely on lies and deception.
Casting a spell with the Grimmery? That's a mighty tall order. I should know.
And ruled by a duplicitous autocrat.
You have no real power.
Watch as director John M. Chu brings your favorite locations to stunning life. From the Emerald City to Munchkin Land to Burbank, California's third largest green screen warehouse. In this half of a movie before everything gets even more disturbing in part 2. Don't worry, we'll have finished our parody songs for the part 1 honest trailer by then. But who knows if we'll ever think up anything more funny than the press tour.
That's really powerful.
A broom of one's own. From acclaimed not Mexican director Jacques Audiard and a star-studded lineup of not Mexican actors comes a Crunchwrap Supreme level of authenticity towards Mexican culture with a side of LGBT narco-terrorist comedy drama nacho fries that made actual Mexicans angrier than putting peas in guacamole. And sure, the idea of a kind-hearted cartel boss is probably upsetting to Mexicans. And some cast members may have quit Spanish after Donde está la biblioteca. And the songs might trigger the cringe singularity.
You know, I only fix the body, skin, bones, but I will never fix the soul.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina. And the lead actress posed like she's about to buy Twitter. But how else was Hollywood supposed to recognize trans filmmaking this year? An allegory? A parody? A documentary? No. These are the voters who gave Crash Best Picture. You gotta give the queerness to them straight. Sicario. In a world where award shows always overlook horror films, even when they feature Oscar-worthy performances, strap in for a close look at women's horrific beauty standards.
Great dancer. Too bad her boobs aren't in the middle of her face instead of that nose.
And a dire warning to anyone who doesn't follow the exact instructions on their Ozempic bottle. In a story featuring the most unrealistically beautiful old woman, violently transforming into a genetically blessed Nepo baby, until everything starts to look like the third act of Akira by the end. And yet, the grossest part of the whole film is Dennis Quaid eating shrimp. A Star is Torn. You've read about the civil rights movement. You've seen the old footage. Now, imagine how bad it would feel if discrimination happened to the only person in the universe that matters. You.
I don't see that personally.
In a heartbreaking GoPro video about good kids caught in a brutal, corrupt system that once may have made white Americans feel superior to their racist ancestors, but now makes them quietly look down at the floor while America cartwheels back to the Jim Crow era. And this first-person shooter could really use a gun once in a while. POC, POV, 4K HD. Starring this year's hottest Oscar trends, body transformations,
Open the door, Sue, come on.
drugs,
Greedy over here.
ridicule,
Green on top. Someone run a town. Everyone can smell.
The monster!
Eager means hunchback weirdo, you piece of
Your face is ugly.
I know it is.
being nice to the help.
I want you to understand that.
Yeah. Got it.
Had the Masturbating Bear Callers 2025. You know, since Conan's hosting, there's a decent chance the show is actually watchable. Too bad the Masturbating Bear got canceled for, you know. Remember, you are man to woman.
And that might just be it for today. That might just be it for today. Bye, chat. I hope you had a nice day.